Alrighty, time to get back into the swing of things. This time with a Nocturne Kingdom. Now, as I recall, I'm pretty sure the last one that I played ended on a loss. Which means there's nowhere to go but up from here. What's happening? Hopefully the ambient noise isn't too loud. Once again, doing this one from an airport that has some music playing. There are three heirlooms because of Secret Cave, Fool, and Pixie. Whenever these are in the kingdom, you start with one of the special treasures in place of one of your coppers. So here there'll be four coppers and then one copy of each of these. Uh, for draw, the only way to draw cards here would be the imps that you get off of Exorcist or Devil's Workshop, or the Will-O-Wisps that you mainly get off of Exorcist, although theoretically also from Fool or Bard, which give boons, or Idol for that matter. 1 in 12 of the boons have Will-O-Wisp. There's the boons. Swamp's Gift. Only village is Ghost. Where is Ghost? Which you also get off of Exorcist. Trashing. Exorcist can trash. Monastery can trash. Crypt can set aside a bunch of your treasures. For plus buy, there's Skulk. This does not seem like a kingdom where you're building very big, I don't think. I mean, there's just enough to be able to do that, but I don't think the payoff is very high. And I think something in the way of big money looks pretty strong here. You'd pop your magic lamp and then convert that to three, whatever looks useful at the time, and then start buying provinces. I think will be faster. You'll actually naturally get very thin from Goat. A very strong trasher, in part because you can play it before your first shuffle. And then Lucky Coin is another thing that I think pushes big money pretty hard because the money deck can just keep payload coming with a flood of silvers while it's buying provinces, whereas silvers are neutral to negative a lot of times in engines. I don't know that it's going to be exactly big money. Like I expect to get thin and have some amount of deck control a little bit. Enough to activate the magic lamp, but I think you're scoring on the earlier side and probably never aiming past one province. Oh, I hate to say it. I think this might actually not be an Exorcist. This is one of my favorite cards. But it's mainly good at trashing the estates, and I think Goat's going to kill the estates just fine on its own. Then Crypt deals with the coppers, and there's just not a whole lot of use cases for Exo, I don't think. Okay, it's a new plan. What else am I buying? Bard is like a slightly better silver. I don't particularly need the terminal space otherwise. It's not a strictly better silver. Silver can be set aside, whereas Bard cannot. It could be Skulk, which comes with a gold. That is two distinct, unique cards. I do want to get a number of distinctly named cards in my deck. I think I'm going to say Bard plus Secret Cave. Final answer. I mean, even Pixie would not be a bad choice. There are some good boons you could hit even early. I'm going to say Bard, Secret Cave. I get the silver naturally off of Lucky Coin. And then take a Crypt here. For sure I want one. Two Crypts would be bad if I play the second one before I've activated the magic lamp. Because it would negate the value of having the first one in play. Can't set aside 3 here and buy anything because I really want to trash this estate. If I discarded 3 as well, I'll be hitting 1, which isn't any good. I'll just take Pixie, I think. Slightly annoying Hex. Bot has pitched the rest of my deck and top decked a bunch of copper for me. Let's go ahead and take a Pixie and an Idol. Well, the card I want most is a second Crypt. I might have to hold off on playing it depending on how the magic lamp is looking. That was an annoying draw. Second Idol. What was that Hex? Famine, discarded a Secret Cave, and shuffled a Goat and top decked a Goat and a Crypt. Oh, wait, no. I knew how Famine worked. I'm not even sure why that line of text is important. I mean, I guess technically it goes back to the top first, but then it immediately shuffles the deck. so they're not specifically on the top of my deck. Don't think I want that very much. I would pop this even if I didn't need the money. If it could get this pixie back out of play and then get me a magic lamp activation, but I would only be hitting 4 unit cards anyway. The good news is I think this sets me up to activate in the near future because I can take the magic lamp off whenever I've got a bunch of unique cards in my hand, and I should be good to go from there. Like here, for example. I'll pick up the lamp, I'll activate, and then I think it's time to start buying provinces already. Okay. Lucky coins. I guess idle first. In general, I think it's better to play idle earlier rather than later. Although the main reasons why that would be true weren't especially applicable here. You'd rather have treasures in your hand if you get Earth's Gift, for example, or have a copper in your hand for Flame's Gift, or have junk in your hand to discard a Wind's Gift. But in this case, my hand was already pretty good, so none of those apply. I don't think there's any downside in this case to playing idle last instead of first. Occasionally, if you've drawn your deck, you might want to play idle after your other treasures rather than before. If you get hit with a Wind's Gift with no cards in your discard pile, you're going to draw 0 and discard 2. And playing idle last can avoid that. Anyways, activate, and yeah, I think it's pretty much time already. 1, 2, 3. Spot is keeping pace. I think I'm just going to pick up a copper here, since I'm hitting 8 either way. I think I'd rather trash the estate still. Yeah. There's probably a point where trashing copper looks better than estate. I don't think we're quite at that stage yet. Okay. Trash the copper. I'm going to have 3 money. 5 money. Maybe I don't trash the copper. Pick up a silver. Turn this into a crypt. It's kind of a moot point whether I trash the copper if it's getting set aside on the bottom of a 5-card crypt. That copper is not going to be back in my deck until like 6 turns from now. I don't think this game is going to last 6 more turns. Ooh, take a look. Getting a lucky coin back, a copper back, and a goat. So I want to pick up the goat and trash the curse. If I top deck a silver, I have 1. I wouldn't hit 8, so I gotta top deck the province, which is a mild nuisance. I think the concern here is if I end up a tad ahead, the bot buys the penultimate province to take the risk of me missing. And then if I don't hit 8 next turn, the bot could snag. I think I'm still buying province here over double duchy. I can take an estate as well. And so at the moment I'm up 12 points. So for example, if the bot buys a province and I just like totally whiffed it, the bot would have to buy another province and give out curses from the idol. Although it would likely do that. An estate here at least means the bot would have to give out 2 total curses. Plus I would have to whiff. Yeah, I think I'm still pretty solidly going to win this. Sure, let's take some Will-O-Wisps. I like those. Alright, this can be pretty much whatever I want it to be. It's just got to give some amount of money to get me to 8. I guess I'll take an idol, give out a curse. River's Gift is a good boon to get. Wind's Gift, not so much. I didn't realize just how many wishes I had left. Yeah, makes sense that the bot just fell on its sword there and bought the last province. Hard bot. Hard bot was going for the idols a little bit more aggressive. Well, actually, I had the same number of idols in the end. I feel like hard bot. Oh.
Stevenson, please report to me the security checkout. Choose one to identify and explain your problem. May I have your attention, please? Payment and Stevenson, please report to AD Security Checkpoint. Choose one to identify and explain your problem.
Somebody lost some property in the security line. Anyways, uh, if memory serves correctly, I got the remaining idols pretty late, and the bot was going for the idols earlier. I don't think the cursing is that big of a deal here. It's a mild annoyance for sure. Like you got good around, plus you have periodic boons that could hit Flames Gift coming in as well. Uh, why did the bot fall behind exactly? Let's get back and look. Trash an estate by a pixie. Skulk. This opening looks fine to me. I'm not as much a fan of Skulk personally, but it's not a bad opening. Um, Early Idol. Another pixie. Hmm. I think I like Crypt a lot more than the first idol. It's doing a lot more to help you activate the magic lamp, which I think matters. I'll have to see in a second whether Hardbot pops the lamp a lot later. But it's both thinning your deck and putting extra unique card into play constantly. Also, you can set aside the lamp and pick it back up whenever you're likely to activate, as happened to me. And then another thing that makes Crypt look better early here is that you're trashing your estates already. I think one of the biggest things you usually want to do in Crypt Kingdoms is you trash the estates early, then you add the Crypt, and you're likely to line it up with like 4 or 5 coppers. Uh, but a lot of times it's slowed down a bit by you don't really want to add it until you've got like a few of your estates out of the deck. But here, Goat's already making quick work of those. Let's see. Buys another pixie. That seems totally fine. Oh, bot bought a pixie on. Yeah, so the bot really likes pixies. I don't disagree with that. Really, pixie is a strong card. I would probably consider a secret cave here at some point, just as another unique card. Too many pixies, you're gonna have multiple pixies in play, and that could be a problem for the lamp activation. Another idol. Yeah, I also don't like the second idol this early. Again, I think it,
Payment and Stevenson, please report to AD Security Checkpoint. Choose one to identify and explain your problem. May I have your attention, please? Payment and Stevenson, please report to AD Security Checkpoint. Choose one to identify and explain your problem.
someone named Anthony Stevenson is making this very hard to record. I hope that's not too loud on the back end, but in my ears, that is a blaring announcement. Anyways, yeah, I think the bot doesn't seem to be prioritizing popping the lamp quite as much as it should be. Two idols together is not helping you as much. And then all the pixies. I think like if one of those pixies is a secret cave, one of the idols is a crypt, you're in a better spot. Um, there we go. Takes crypt a little bit later. It didn't still have the lamp, did it? No, it pops it at some point. So I get the 3 wishes here. Bot still hasn't activated it. Some point. Okay, there we go. Turn 11, Hardbot activates the magic lamp. And I'm pretty sure it actually manages to find the wishes earlier than I did. As I recall, I bottom decked a few of mine. There's only 1 wish left in the pile. Or 1 wish missing from the pile. There's 12 in total, and it's in my hand right now. So the bot must have managed to play all 3 of its wishes, yeah. Wishing for duchies makes sense. Um, yeah, I don't think the bot played this one badly. I think probably it was a little bit slower at activating lamp than it could have been, but overall, this is not like terrible play or anything.